There's 7 reasons people don't buy in webinars. So stay tuned, right? So this is reason one. Webinars being full of fluff, no value. It simply means that people felt cheated and lied to and told they would get something and got to the webinar and got not what they expected or nothing at all, right? And this comes from people to teach 3 secrets, right? One secret talking about the industry, the objections people have in the industry, objections people have in themselves, objections that people have in the external factors that affect them. And then in the process, they use that, they tell stories about how they overcame those objections and they share case studies to help people overcome that. Now, this is the problem with that. When something is overused in the marketing world, what happens is people begin to know exactly what you are doing. And the cause is once people know exactly what you are doing, they feel stupid if they fall for it because the mind is trained to overcome what overcame him the first time, right? There's a particular phrase in the Holy Book of the Bible that says affliction shall not rise up the second time. And so people are defensive, protective, they do not want you to come near their personal space and they are stubborn. And I'm not going to buy because you are trying to use this on me. I've seen it before, right? And that's exactly what happens. Now, of course, I'm not saying that it means that you should not practice any sales tactics if someone else has used it because it's not going to work again. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's time to change our minds from focusing on just sales tactics and begin to focus on the fundamentals of persuasion and psychology. Persuasion and psychology will always work throughout all ages because they are innate human desires to want, to be, to do, to have, right? Now, all these things would be the basis of selling, and that's why selling on webinars would not be sustainable if we all depended on a script framework given by someone else who used them and it worked well and used them over and over again and it worked well until it is now overused. So what exactly is the solution? There is a particular psychology of persuasion written by the famous Robert Cialdini. One of the rules of getting people to be persuaded is reciprocity, right? Reciprocity simply means that people will be willing to give to you when you've given to them first. Once you give to them, they are compelled to give to you back. And that's what you want to use on your webinars. Now, on your webinars, you want to find how can you take this desire of human beings, which is to want to be given to first before you give back, and give real value, like give value that changes people's situations. Now, do not mistake this to say take one part of your course or your program and then put it into your webinar and give people all of it. That's not what I'm saying. Now, because when you do so, what happens? Remember how difficult it is for anybody to change. Change is a very difficult process, and that's why many things you will learn, right? You will notice that it will take you time and time and time again of relearning and implementing before you really understand and get results. So when you give people information, right, you take that information that you just took from your course or your program and put it inside your webinar. When people consume that, what happens to them is they suddenly feel overwhelmed and they feel incapacitated to take action. They cannot really pinpoint why they can't take action, but you've actually given them too much details that it has raised up beliefs, negative beliefs in their mind or disbeliefs in their mind as touching whether they can implement this. It looks like work to them, right? So that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying deliver value by giving out so much for free, right? I mean, not even everything, just so much for free is harmful. Now, what you need to do is to structure your content in a way, right, that you're actually giving the right value in the right proportion that actually helps people take action and they feel like they've really gained something new and they see themselves in a position that they will really want to implement this. And I'm going to talk about this in other or 37 reasons people don't buy in webinars. So stay tuned, right? So this is reason one. Webinars being full of fluff, no value. How do you deliver value? Is not by pouring out all your content, right? And of course, you also don't want to do like the famous webinar script framework that they use, where you withdraw so much of your content and you withdraw so much and you just tell stories and fill it with your stories, your case studies. Those two will not work anymore, right? So stay tuned for the next. If you need help working on your webinar to get more sales, more conversions. You are stuck at a level of conversions and you need to move past that as quick as possible. Yes, I'm willing to help you as fast as possible. Feel free to reach out and I'll see you in my next video.